Hello, so we are joined by Michaela Onyenwere. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function and I will call on you.
Okay, guys, who are you?
John?
Yeah, congrats on the win. You put up 25 points to get today. It seems like in the first half you got a lot of easier shots than in the last couple of games. So was that kind of a concerted effort to get you going early in the game with some more easier shots that you can knock down?
I don't know. I think I just came out with just like a focused effort and a focused mindset. And I think my teammates were doing a great job of getting me the ball in great possession. So I just really appreciate them for just having that focus. But yeah, I think it was just more so just I was focused a little bit more in the first half.
Francis?
Hi, congrats on the win. I also noticed that you guys were like a lot more impactful on the offensive, or just rebounding in general, but offensive specifically. Was that kind of a point of emphasis going into this weekend?
Yeah, I think every single game that's one of our point of emphasis. I think we're the top offensive rebound team in the conference, and we pride ourselves on that. We want our players to take shots and have confidence that we're going to get the rebound. And so I think that was huge, especially Chantel coming up with the double-double. I'm super proud of her and just everything she's battled. And to come out and get 3 offensive rebounds right off the bat in the second half, that was huge for us. And I think it set the tone for the half going forward. But yeah, that's definitely something that we really focus on in practice and we really pride ourselves on.
John Kuhn.
In the first quarter, you guys scored 10 points off of 4 Utah turnovers, and for the game, you ended up scoring 25 points off of 15 turnovers. What was that just say about the defensive effort from the opening tip that you guys were able to pressure them that much on the offensive end and get them to make mistakes?
Yeah, I think that's something also that's really a point of emphasis for us. We want to be able to take the other team out of what they do well and what they do best. And we know that Utah, they want to reverse the ball, so that's something that we want to deny. We know that they want to drive the ball, so that's something we want to just do well on the defensive end. I honestly think that we could have done a lot better just going down the stretch. There's definitely room for improvement on the defensive end, but I'm proud that we were able to force them into turnovers and then capitalize on those.
Any other questions for Michaela? Francis, go ahead.
Yeah, so you guys have kind of struggled with, having like a limited number of active players. Like how much do you think that's going to kind of like impact you guys like as you head into like the Pac-12 tournament and the NCAA tournament?
Like Coach Corey's talked about, we don't really talk about that. And this is what we have, and what we have is enough. And so moving forward, we're just going to continue to get better every single day and grow every single day, regardless of the numbers. And like I said, 8 is enough, or 9 is enough, or 7 is enough, and whatever we have is enough.
Any more questions for Michaela? All right, thank you, Michaela.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, we are joined by Natalie Chou. If you have any questions, go ahead and use the raise hand function and I will call on you. John, Kristen.
Yeah, hi Natalie, congrats on the win. What did it feel like to have Michaela back and scoring like she usually does today? She struggled the last few games, but tonight it seems like she's returned to form a little bit.
Yeah, it's incredible. We play well when we play our best when Riss and Michaela are going off like they do, the superstars that they are. Yeah, but she even though through the up and down, she's been so consistent as a teammate and as a person, and she's always cheering us on. It doesn't matter how well she plays, she's always giving, and that's why we look to her all the time, and we really trust her in her game.
John Kuhn.
You going into this game, Utah was a team that was really good at like hitting 3-pointers. You guys were able to hold them without a 3-pointer in the first half, and you also were able to force a lot of turnovers. You scored 25 points off of 15 turnovers. What can you just say about the defensive effort that you guys had today, and what was kind of the mindset coming out from in the start of the game?
Yeah, so Coach Tony had our scout for Utah. I think he did an amazing job for personnel and also what Utah's strengths are. We know, and we from playing them before, that they're a really great elite 3-point shooting team. All of them can pretty much shoot the three, and so we knew that we had to take that away and do that a lot of pressure and running them off of the line and denying those three. So those are where the steals came from our pressure and our denials.
Any more questions for Nat? All right, thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Joy.
All right, we have head coach Corey Close here. Coach, would you like to begin with an opening statement?
Well, we're not very pretty right now, but we are gritty. And, we don't give any verbal or mental energy to things outside of our control. So the reality is, I didn't think we played extremely well, but we found a way. We found a way to come up and get a win. And so, I think just trying to learn from every experience and to continue to fight for whatever games we get to play. So everything's a learning opportunity. But I didn't think we played particularly well, but proud of how they just found a way, given foul trouble, giving low numbers, playing out of position. They found a way to give enough to each other that we found a way to win.
Questions? John Kuhn.
Michaela had a excellent game for you guys offensively today. Couple different points. She really put the team on her back with some timely baskets. What can you say about her effort through 4 quarters today?
Well, I think that I know there's every game I can say something about her effort. That's what I love about Michaela the most, is that you never, ever have to coach her effort. And so, and it's the same. I told the team in the locker room, I think she made maybe her first 4 shots or 5 shots, a few in a row. And she was in a really good rhythm, but she looks the same. Her body language is the same. She rebounds the same. She plays defense the same. As in the second half, she didn't make some of those shots. They rimmed out or whatever else, but it never affects her effort. And, that's one of the things about Michaela and with the WNBA is that you just never have to worry about that. And she's going to find ways to help your team, no matter if it's scoring or something else. But she's truly spectacular.
John Kristen.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I noticed a few times at the end of possessions, you guys weren't having a ton, and then you guys would run a Michaela Charisma pick and roll with Michaela as the screener and Charisma as the ball handler. How dynamic is that to have 2 of the best players in the country run a pick and roll, and how hard is that for like a defense to stop?
Well, I'm really proud of how Riz has developed as a pocket passer in that. She also got 2 to Chantel off of that same play. Late shot clock, we run in pick and roll and fill behind with a shooter, and then we flare screen on the weak side. And, it puts a lot of pressure. Our ability to shoot the 3 better has really helped that play, because you can't cheat to the roller the same way teams have in past years. And so, but I'm really proud of Riz's development in her pick and roll reads and out of that. And I think that's going to really help us down the stretch.
John Kuhn.
There were a couple of different points late in the second quarter, early in the third quarter, where you guys were able to hold Utah without a basket for a 5-minute stretch, and then of course earlier in the game you scored 10 points off of 4 Utah turnovers in the first quarter. Ended up scoring 25 points off of 15 turnovers. What really stood out about that defensive effort for you, especially at those critical junctures where Utah was trying to make a rally and get back into it?
Well, and obviously without their point guard, Drew Gilton, I thought they did a really nice job. Honestly, they have 15 is a lower number than they have been turning the ball over. They've been turning it over the highest rate in the conference. So that was a big part of our game plan, is to try to create easy offense out of our defense. But I have a ton of respect for the job that Lynn Roberts does, and just how she kept her team fighting. And I thought they did a really good job coming at us. But I do think those were critical buckets. A couple of those reversal passes that we were able to get a deflection on and got a run out basket. I think we got 4 points each half on those alone. And so, I think those are huge things. I mean, whenever you can, we know each other so well at this point. If each team is able to set their defense and execute their scout, it's hard to score. And so when you're able to generate easy offense off of your defense, it really is. It's a momentum swing. It really helps us. And, obviously we were really fighting our fatigue and all those things tonight. So those ones that are quick, easy buckets, it gives you energy for the next defensive possession as well.
John, Kristen.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the rebounding numbers today. I think you guys had 44 compared to Utah's 29. It's among the best margin you guys have had in Pac-12 play so far. So just talk a little bit about the rebounding.
Yeah, and I don't usually worry too much about margin because so much of that factors into shooting percentages. But we try to get 75% of the defensive misses, and then we try to get 45% of the offensive misses. And I think we actually got 53% of offensive misses and 70% of defensive misses. So we're moving in the right direction. And I'm really looking for consistency in that area, John. I think last week we got our goals too, but we've been very up and down in terms of those percentages. The other percentage that's number that's really important to me is passion plays. We've never lost a game where we have 70 plus passion plays, and we had 70, I think 1 or 2 today. And so to me, that is really important. I think it's the first time we reached both those goals back-to-back games. And so I'm really looking for consistency in rebounding as well as in passion plays. And that's probably one of the things I'm most pleased about today was our ability to rebound and create our passion play goal. We have not done that 2 games in a row yet this year. So that really is a good step in the right direction.
Any more questions for Coach? John, go ahead.
Yeah, and then just a little housekeeping thing. What was wrong with Emily today, and why didn't she play?
Yeah, she just was under the weather. She's so nothing serious, but we weren't able to travel her. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything more than that, but it was nothing like major. She just was battling illness.
Any more questions for Coach? Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it.